Hello all, this is Ragesh Raju here. Welcome to my new video. In today's video, I'll introduce to a note tool which can be used for presenting online or conducting online quizzes, conducting polls when you usually do the presentations. So this tool is working by using a web browser. You don't have to install anything on your computer. So what I will do is I'll open my Chrome browser. The name of this tool is Mentimeter. So I just type Mentimeter here, so you will be able to see what are the results coming in. The website link I will be posting in my description. So this site is www.mentimeter.com. So when you type this, you can see there is one more which comes in menti.com, and there also the name is Mentimeter. So the difference between this is Mentimeter.com is a site where we create the presentations, and menti.com is a site where a student or an audience will join in. So if somebody want to join to your presentation, if they want to access your poll, they will be using menti.com. So if a person who want to create a presentation will be using mentimeter.com. So that's the difference between mentimeter.com and menti.com. So later we will log into menti.com and I'll show how it works. So now we will go to mentimeter.com. I'll click on this particular link. So as it is written there, it creates interactive presentations and meeting wherever you are. So this is mainly for conducting online live polls, quizzes, word clouds, question answers, all those things we can do it using this. So can be mainly used for engaging the students when you conduct a presentation. So what I will do is I'll just show you the pricing, what are the plans here. So in today's session we will see on the free plan or the basic plan which we are working on. So free is there, not the basic. Today we will see on the free plan. So in the free plan we have unlimited audiences. So you can have unlimited number of audience, you can have unlimited number of presentations, means slides you can have in that. Plus here the only problem is you can have only 2 questions per presentation and 5 quizzes per presentation. So this is the only limitation, but using this how we can do an interactive presentation I will show you too. If you want to buy the basic or pro plan, you can go for it, where you have unlimited questions and you have unlimited quizzes. Okay. So there is an educational pricing also. Those who want to check that, you can click on this and you can check. So what I will do is I will just sign up into this. So I click on sign up on the top right. So there are mainly 2 options to sign up here without creating an account in this. You can sign up by using Facebook, or you can sign up by using Google. Or if you don't want to do that, you can right away type your email address, give a password and write your first name and last name. So I will sign up by using Google. So what I will do is I click on sign up with Google. Click on sign up. So since already my account is been logged in, for example I'll just open a new browser and show. Since my Gmail was already open here, my Gmail is already open, so that is why when I clicked it has already come here. So it is telling that welcome to Mentimeter, and it is asking what do you like about Mentimeter. So if you have any like, you can just click on that. I click on get started. So to get started, please tell how you will use Mentimeter. So I will give it as for education. Okay. So I work on higher education. I click on higher education. I click on get started. Okay, so this is a page where we start doing all these things. So there are multiple tutorials which comes in. It is better to go through these tutorials and you will be able to understand better how to work on this. So I will close this tutorial here. Okay, so this is your page where you can see your presentations. So your presentations will be listed here. So since you are just started, you don't have any presentations here. You can upgrade if you want to go for basic or the pro plans. You have some branding or colors. So when you click on branding or colors, so for this also actually you need to buy. So you can see there are multiple themes available. I'll just show you. If you have a company logo, or if you have a particular background image you can give, but for adding your logo and all you are supposed to buy it. That is only if you have a paid plan. So I go to account here, I go to profiles and settings. So what I will do is I'll just give my name here. So my name has already come. I just type my name here. If you want to change your password, you can change your password. So I just fine, I don't have any billing address, I don't not going to give it. I click on save changes. So what I will do is I'll come back to presentations, and anytime if you want to log out, you can see on the left bottom there is a logout button. You can log out from there. When you create presentations, it is a best habit to create a folder, and inside the folder you create the presentation. For example, if you are a teacher and if you are handling multiple subjects, for each subject it is better to have a folder with that particular subject name, and inside the folder you can create presentation. Otherwise what happens is your presentations will be full popped out here, and you will not be able to find out which presentation is for what. So what I will do is first I create a folder here. So this I will just give it as tutorial. Since I am doing a tutorial, I will just create a folder called as tutorial. So this is similar to my subject name. So which particular subject I am going to teach, I am basically telling about for the teachers. Okay, then I click on tutorial. Then here you can see that is under home. Right now you are under tutorial. So here you can create a presentation. So presentations, either you can create it from this particular button, or else you can create from here. So I'll click on this button here, click on new presentation. I give a name. I just give it as sample presentation. I click on create presentation. So since it is doing online, it takes some time. Can just see that it is happening. Okay, so this is your presentation page where you can do your editing. So on the left side you will be able to see the number of slides here. So right now we have only one particular slide. Okay, and here you have other things. So I will come to that one by one. The first one is you can choose the type of this particular slide. So we have, since we are using a basic plan, we know that we can have only 2 questions here. So these are the question types. So different question types are there, and you can have up to 5 quizzes per presentation. So this sample presentation is a single presentation. So in this I can have 2 type of questions, any 2 type of questions. I can have 5 quizzes, and this contents I can have multiple. It is unlimited. So for example, if I create these are mainly used for presentation purpose. So I click on the first content slide. So I will just show you first content slide. So here I am supposed to give a heading. So heading, you won't be able to type it here, you have to type it on the right side, right? So this is what you see here. So this was a type. So different types of slides are here. Question type, which can the free plan you can have only 2 question type. Quizzes, you can have 5 quizzes per presentation. Content slide, you can have unlimited content slide. This advanced also comes under the question type. So these also are one of the question types. So for each particular slide type you can have the contents here. So contents will be displayed here, and next we have the customized part. So we will see the type first. So in the type, for the first one I had selected heading. So I give the heading here. So the title of this is, I will just give it as tutorial for Mentimeter. And if I want a subheading, I can give a subheading. This tutorial is for creating a Mentimeter presentation. Here you can see for each slide you can have multiple reactions. If you want people to send a heart symbol, you can put a heart symbol. If you want people to put a like, you can put a like. Dislike, if you want, you can put a dislike. So all these things you can put it here. There are other things also, right? So once it is done, what you can do is you can add a new slide. So it is similar like your Microsoft PowerPoint, or it is like your Google Slides. So first slide was my heading slide. The second slide I can have a paragraph slide. So here also I just type a paragraph. So I just give it as a subheading. I give it a subheading. So paragraph, if there is no paragraph, if I just delete it and I just put it like this, so what happens is the same paragraph, if you want to add something, you can add it here. Okay, so I'll just, this is a paragraph. I just give it here. So in this slide also, if you want to give any reactions, you can give. If you want to remove the reactions also, that is also possible, right? Okay, so this is how you handle the type and content slide portion. Okay, so next I'll add one more slide. Okay, now I can see there are heading with bullets. So this also you can, this I can just give the, I'll just give the heading as heading. I'll give it as a subheading 1, I'll give it as subheading 2, and this I'll give it as subheading 3. Okay, if you want to add more, you can add it. I'll add subheading 4 also. Okay, and if you want to show all the bullet ones, so it means that you don't need an animation. So I'll just present and show. Now I'm not going to put a tick. I click on present. So heading 1, I click, subheading 1 comes, I click, subheading 2 comes, I click again, subheading 3 comes, I click again, subheading 4 comes, and once it comes, it tells that the last bullet had come. Okay, so I click on escape to go back. Okay, so if you want to show all the bullet ones, I can just put a tick mark here, and again I click on present. Present is there on the top right. So this is how it comes. So heading, everything will come in the this thing in a single shot. You don't have to click and you don't have to get it. Understood? So I click on escape to go back. Right. So this was your heading. This is where you have a paragraph, heading as well as a big paragraph, and this is with the bullets. Okay, I'll add one more slide. The next slide is image slide. So if you want to add an image, you can add an image. So I'll just show you once again how to do that. So if you want to delete any slides from here, when you take the cursor here, you can see that on the left side of this you will be able to get what is there. So you can see there is, you can duplicate the slide, you can copy slide to another presentation, or you can delete. So I'll delete the 4th slide. I click on delete, so it will go. I click on add slide. I come to type. From type I'll select image slide. I click on image slide. So here if you want to give a caption to that image, you can give a caption there, or else you can decide whether this image what you are going to add should be centered or it should be as a background. So I'll give it as centered. So here you can drag and drop or click to select an image. So I click on this particular option. So the first option is you can upload your image from your computer, whichever you have downloaded, you can upload it from here, or else you have an image library, or else you have the GIF image. So GIF images are the one which has the moment. So if you want to add that, these are the built-in library. If you want to add something out of this, you can add. I go to image library and I search for a flower. Okay, so I click on this. So this flower automatically gets added. So if you want, you can just increase this. So when you increase, you can see that this is a portion which gets added. So remaining portion gets blacked out, it get cut out. Understood? So if you want the full image, I just keep it here. If I want to show only the flower, just I make this little big, and after that I can drag and keep this. So I drag and keep this like this. I click on save. So I wait for some time. So you can see that the image has been added. Understood? So if you want to edit it, again click on edit, or if you want to remove it, you can click on remove. So this is to add an image. So what I will do is I click on add slide. There is one more option here, I'll show it in the next slide. I click on add slide. I go to the same type. I go to image slide. Now you can see there is one more option called as either I can drag and drop or click on the select image, or I can add a video. So I click on add video. So it is asking for the YouTube URL. So what I will do is I'll go to YouTube. So when I go to YouTube, I just search for any this thing. Okay, so I just go to this particular cartoon. So what I do is I just copy paste this particular address from the top. I select, copy this, I close this particular page, I come and paste it here. I click on add. So you can see that automatically that YouTube has been added here, right? So I'll just present this and see. I'll click on present here. So you can see this is the video which we added. So when I click on this video, you can see automatically the YouTube content will get played here, right? Again you have to click on, or else I can close it here. I click on back or this particular arrow, or else you can use the arrows in the keyboard. When I click on back, this was the image which I have added, right? So I click on escape to go back to my editing mode. Again I click on add slide. Next is bullet with image. So this is a similar type where we can have image on the left and bullets on the right side. So I will not go in detail to this. I'll just delete this particular slide, right? Next I click on add slide. Next again one more is document. So document also you'll be able to, in this particular version, the free version, you'll be able to add all images, but if you have a paid version, you'll be able to add PPT, PDF and key, which has been shown in that slide. Okay, next we will see which are the different question types we can have. So first one I'll go for multiple choice. So I click on multiple choice. So when I click on multiple choice, I have to type the question here. So the question what I will type here is okay, I will type it as which sports you have participated recently, something like this. Okay, I give a question. If I want to add a description for this, I can add a description, so I'll just leave it blank. So what can I give? So I'll give the options as football. So options you are supposed to give it here: football, cricket, sorry, spelling mistake, cricket, badminton. If you want to add more option, I click on add. I give okay, swimming, right? So this is how we add the questions. So once we add this question, I should also decide how should I get the result. For example, if somebody answers this, whether I should get the result as a bar chart or I should get it as a donut, in the type of a donut, and you will be on the, you can see on the screen, you can see on the right side, you will be getting this option one. What are the options you are given here? The options are football, cricket, badminton and swimming. Or if you want to get it as a pie chart, or else if you want to get it as a dot is a different clusters it will show. So whatever you want you can select. So I go for the bar now. I click on the bar chart. I'll just show you how it works. Okay, so again below this, if you can see, show correct answers. So what is the correct answer for this? If you have any correct answer you can select, but this is a question which we are going to ask. So I just remove this. You can see that when you click on show correct answer, automatically you get an option here, a tick mark. So whichever is correct you can put a tick. But since, as I told, since you are going to ask a question, there is no correct option for this. We are asking a question with the people. So I just remove this. If here in the presentation by default it will show the count, but if you want to show the result in percentage, I can check on this. So you can see here the results will become percentage wise. And if you want participants to choose multiple options, for example, right now the participants will be able to select only one out of this. If you want the people to choose multiple options, you can enable this. So when you enable this, a participant can choose multiple options, and here also you can decide how many options you can select, whether you can select 2 options out of this, whether you can select 3 options, or whether you can select all the 4. So that also you can decide. Okay, so here what I will do is I'll just I'll just keep this option as it is, no problem. Okay, so this is how we add a multiple choice question. So what I will do is I will click on add slide. I go to the next option, I click on word cloud. So word cloud is the one which actually creates a word cloud with the help of options entered by the people. So I will just show an example how it works. So here the question what I am going to ask is, I can ask, okay, what languages do you speak, right? So here the questions I am not going to, the options I am not going to give. The participants will type their own options. So here I can decide how many options they can, whether I can give only one option for them or they can type 3 or 4. So I will give 5 options for them, and again you can decide whether let participants submit multiple times. So that also you can decide. If you want the participant to submit multiple times, you can give that. So here I don't want to give that, so I'll just leave it as it is. Okay, I'll click on add slide. So now you can see when I click on add slide, for this particular type. For example, for the question type, it is showing that you have reached a maximum number of questions. So we have seen that in the basic plan we can have only 2 question types. So if you want to add one more, so what you can do is you can just invite one of your friend. So type your friend's name and type your friend's email, then automatically you will get one more option to add a question. So what I will do is I'll just type my one more email ID and I just click on invite. So I don't know how it works, but already I have an account in this particular name, but still if I click on invite again it takes. I don't know how it is working. So maybe they are not doing a background check, so we'll leave it as it is. I click on invite. Okay, so now you see again I got a question option, right? So in this particular question option, what I will do is I click on open-ended. So open-ended question, they can again here they can type in paragraph. So what question I'm going to ask is, what do you like to do during your free time? Okay, and I can select. So speech bubble is the one which you see on the presentation now. One by one is you will be seeing one by one's answers there. Flowing grid is if more number of answers are coming, you will be able to see like this, there will be a flow. But in speech bubbles, in a single shot you will get this many. For example, 9 options may be showing. Next again there may be a next option where you can see the next particular page. In one by one only one result will be shown, but I prefer something called as a flowing grid, where it keeps on flowing as and when all the things come. So I click on flowing grid. So you can try out with any of these 3. Okay, so this is one type of question which I added. Okay, next what I will do is I click on add slide. So it is telling that you have reached the maximum number of questions for Mentimeter free. So now again if you want to do, you have to upgrade. So see, that's what it has been showing. 2 questions you can have, but one more extra option they are giving. If you invite one person, you get one more question option, but more than that it is not allowed. Okay, so question types have been cancelled, so cannot have more than one question. Now we can see what quizzes we can give. Okay, so quiz is also, I click on a quiz. So when you click on quiz, you get something like your multiple choice itself. So here what question I can ask, okay, the capital of Karnataka, it was popping up here, so I'll just click on that only. So I give the options here. I give the options as Mysuru, I'll give Bengaluru, and one more option I just give Goa, whatever it is. Okay, so now you can see I had asked the question, what's the capital of Karnataka. I'll just type it completely. What's the capital of Karnataka? Okay, now the right answer you have to take it from here. So I tick on this, right? In case if you have multiple right answers, you can click multiple options. So I just click the right answer. Bengaluru is the right answer, and here you can see there are timing options which you can give. That is, there may be 15 seconds of time. So within 15 seconds, within 15 count of 15, they have to finish it, right? And the other option is faster correct answers get more points. So here, for example, as and when the question is displayed, if somebody is answering first, he will get more points. If one more person is answering a right answer, but if it takes longer period, then he will be getting lesser points. So I will show you how it works. And if you want to choose a music, that also you can choose. So I just select any music from here. So when you click on this music, you will be able to listen which music it is. So if you want to add any music, I'll just click on adding music. So now I don't add a music. Okay, and next, soon after you add a quiz, you can see that there will be a leaderboard which comes here. So there will be a leaderboard which comes here. So this leaderboard will show who has scored the more the right answer or the more points there. So that is what it comes there. Okay, so what I do is, this is what a quiz is, right? So if you want to add more questions, you can add to this, right? I click on add slide again. So again, if you want, you can add a quiz. So same thing happens here. So what I do is, I come to the type, I change it to type answer. So type answer is the question, you can ask it here, right? Okay, which planet are we living in, right? And the correct answer to display is Earth. So here you can give it either small letter or capital letter, it doesn't matter, it is not case sensitive, so if it gives other things, okay, as if somebody is writing in small letter, it takes it properly, if somebody is writing in full capital, takes it properly. So here also same thing, and if you have more correct answers, you can specify other things, okay. Okay, so here also same thing, timing, if you want to specify the timings, you can give the timings, or faster correct answers get more points. Same thing you can do, if you want to add a music, you can give a music here, okay. So this type of quizzes we can have, as we have seen, we can have 5 quizzes in a particular presentation, right? So that quiz we will not do it right now. So 2 quizzes I have shown you how to work on 2 quizzes. I click on add slide. These advanced, as I told, these are also a part of question type, so that is why it is not showing here. Already we have finished with our quota of question time, so that is why it is not possible to show, but I will once we just present this, I will just edit and I will show how to work on this, okay. So now we can see, okay, so okay, this what is there, I will just go here, I go to heading, I will give it as a thank you slide. Okay, I'm just finishing it, so that is why I gave it as thank you slide, there is no subheading. Okay, next you can see for each slide there is an option called as customize. So I select the first slide, I have an option called as customize. So here I require I can close the voting, if voting is not there, I can close the voting if I give the closing. And on the top, this is a instruction which is given to the audience, that is what you are supposed to do. You are supposed to go to www.menti.com and use the code 884126, okay. So that if you want to hide, you just tick on this side, this will be hidden, instructions will be hidden, and changing background and all those things is possible only if you have a paid version, right? Okay, so like this, for each slide you have a customize option, the same thing, for each slide you have a customize option, okay. Customize option is same for everything. So that is the question type, the content, and the customize. So next option is I go to themes. I have multiple themes here, so if I want to select any of the themes which are available, from that I can select. So right now it is white. If you want to go for black, you can go for black. You can see already the background has been changed, so I keep white itself. Next is option called as configure. So I click on configure. So here the one thing what you have to see is right now whatever we have presented is on the presenter space. For example, I present it, and if somebody is joining using www.menti.com, they will be able to see the slides only when the presenter change, that is only when I changes, right? If they want to take it in their speed, then you can select it to audience space, right? But audience space, you can see that audience space cannot be used with the quiz questions in the presentation. So if you have a quiz question in your presentation, then you cannot have a audience space. That is one more problem here, because if only a single person is taking, then how will participate in the quiz? We cannot show a leader there, right? So for that reason, if you have a quiz, you cannot go in audience space, so you can have only presenter space. But if you don't have a quiz question, then you can go in the audience space, you can put in the audience space, okay, right? So that is one more thing, okay. Next there is a share option. I click on share here. So when you click on share, you can see the audience will be able to join, okay, they have an access. And this code, whatever they can join, it is only for 2 days, it is valid for 2 days. So for 2 days this code will stand, after 2 days again this code will change. So for example, if I do my presentation for first 2 days, I can use this code, next 2 days it will be something else. So if I want to expand it, I click on expand. You can see that I can have this validity for 2 days, which is by default. If I want to keep it for 7 days, I can keep it to 7 days, but more than that, if you want to keep, you have to pay for it, right? So I keep it for 2 days. And if you want to directly send it to somebody, this is a link. So I just copy this link from here and I can send it to somebody else. For example, if I do a presentation in Google Meet or Google Hangout or Zoom or something, which I can use this particular link. So directly I can copy this. I'll just show you in one more video, I'll show you how to copy this link and put it to your presentations which you are doing online in other tools like Google Meet or Google Hangouts. So this is the direct access link which you can send it to people. Next, if you want to display the QR code you can display it so that people can scan and get into a presentation. That is one more option. Result sharing is the next option. So if result sharing, here one thing you have to see is you will be able to download only a PDF or a image screenshot of your results. Why? Because you are not a paid person. So only for paid versions you'll be able to download it in Excel or other things. So right now you'll be able to see the result only as a screenshot, or you'll be able to download it as a image. Okay, if you want somebody to see your live results, this is a link to that. Not so important, so we'll just leave it. If you want to embed this particular Mentimeter in any of your website or something, you can use this embed code. So this is a code which you can use it to embed this particular presentation in your website or something. So this is what this share tells. So I close this, right? Okay, so that is done. So now I will go for the present option. So I click on present. So when I click on present, I just go back to my first screen. So this is my first screen. So in this screen it is showing you an option to that is, an instruction is given here. Go to www.menti.com and use the code 884126. So I will just show you how this is working in a mobile as well as in your normal PC or a laptop. So in a laptop, what you can do is, in a laptop you can go to www.menti.com. So this screen, whatever I am showing right now, is of an audience or of a particular student, right? So I click on submit. So this is how I view it here. For mobile viewers also, if they want, they can directly go to browser and type that, or else you have an app for this. Mentimeter.com app is there, you can download that app. So in mobile version I am just downloading, I am using this app and I am logging in. So this is how it can be viewed in a mobile. So you can see the two versions, in laptop how it looks, in mobile how it looks. In mobile as well as in the audience place, you are not able to go to the next slide because it is given in the presenter space. So here if you want to like this video, I can like it. So as and when you like it, you can see that like comes here. I give a heart symbol from the mobile. The heart symbol also is been synced to the presenter. The presenter, now what I'll do is the presenter will go to the next slide. So now you can see for audience as well as the mobile user will be able to see the slide. Okay, I'll go to the next. The heading as well as the bullets have been shown here. I go to the next. You can see the image is been displayed. I go to the next. So now you can see it is asking for which sports you have participated recently. So recently from mobile I'll select it as cricket and badminton, and in laptop I'll select swimming and badminton. I click on submit for both. I click. So now you can see the percentage. So right away when they submit something, you can see that it is been reflected to the presenter, right? So with percentage we are given. So that is what happening here. So I go to the next slide. So it is asking what languages do you speak. So in mobile I'll give English, Hindi and Kannada, and I submit. And so this is the word cloud. So now you are seeing, right? So one person has submitted, so that words had come here. So here this person is going to submit some other languages. Okay, so you submit Kannada, Malayalam and Tulu. So here what happens is, you can see that whichever word is typed more or whichever is getting the more number of responses will be shown in a bigger size, right? So that is why Kannada has been given by 2 people or more than 2 people, so it is showing in big, but Hindi, English, Tulu and Malayalam was given by only 1 person. So that is why it is a smaller version. So this is one big thing which you can do in a class or doing a presentation to get the feedback from your students or from the audience, what and all they understood or what they are expecting or something like this. So that is one more thing you can do it. So usually what I do is after I finish my class, I just take this slide and I ask them which is the most important topic which you remember, or which is the topic which you are remembering from today's class. So I'll be able to get a bird's eye view on which topic the students are still remembering. So I go to the next slide, how it works. So it is asking what do you do during your free time. So here I can type a bigger wordings here. So I type in this thing, or in laptop or my other PC I give traveling, right? So you can see this is how it comes, right? So this is one more thing. In the previous one what we have seen is that there will be options or something. So here you can have a bigger thing, or you can type up to 250 characters, right? So I go to the next. So here it is quiz, it is waiting for the players. So I give the names here. So when a quiz starts, it asks for the names. Now this is the audience can give any name, so it is not mandatory that they give their exact name. So that is one thing which creates a problem here, but it is not a problem as such, but especially for teachers who would want the exact student's name to be added there, it may be a little bit difficult. Okay, so now 2 of the players have joined. You will be able to see it from here. So how many people have joined. So once you feel that okay, everybody have come in, you can click on start quiz, or else you can press on the next arrow also. I click on start quiz. So it is going to ask the question. So answer fast to get more points. What is the capital of Karnataka? So from mobile I give the right answer now, and from mobile laptop also I give the right answer. But you can see from mobile I had given the right answer. From both I had given the right answer. Okay, so now you see both of them had given the right answers. So it shows what is the right. 2 people have answered Bengaluru. And here you might have seen that already one timer was running there. So that timer will wait for all the people to finish, or it will wait for the time which we have specified. So once we have done this, I click on next. So when I click on next, this is the leaderboard which shows. See, the person who answered from mobile had got more marks because he had answered fast. So this is one more way which we have set it there, so which we can do. I go to the next option. So all correct answers give maximum marks. So for this I didn't enable that. So which planet are we living in? So what I am going to do is, I am going to type in small letter, I submit. So here I am going to type in capital letter, I submit, right? So everyone has voted. Okay, it was showing the time up, and both of the people have answered right. The correct answer is yes, right? So this is the way in which we can do that. I click on next. Again leaderboard, here if you see both of them will be getting the exact points, 1000 points. It doesn't matter what time it is, but the mobile person will get more points because for the previous quiz he had the more number of points. So this is what the leaderboard works. I click on next. Thank you. Okay, so this is one way in which we can do this. So I go to the, if you want to go out of this, you can click on escape, or else one more thing you can see is on the left down you can see this gearbox or settings. So when you click on settings, you can see there are multiple options here. If you want to increase or decrease the countdown of the voting, you can do it from here, right? Or if you want to reset the results, or again if you want to start, for example there was some problem and somebody was logging, and if you want to reset the result, you can do that. And if you want to give full instructions for students how to log in, you just click on this. So it shows a full instruction. Sorry, I just click on more. I click on toggle instruction, full instructions, right? So it shows they have to log in through a phone. They just type this www.menti.com and they have to type this code. And if I want to go to full screen, I click on full screen, it goes to full screen. Understood? So all these options are here. I click on edit, it goes back to my edit page, right? So what I will do is I'll remove 2 question types from here, and I'll show you some other question types also. Okay, so what I will do is this multiple choice whatever was here, I'll just remove it. I'll just delete this particular slide. I will delete this capital part also, I'll delete. Okay, so now I have a word cloud. Okay, that also if required I'll just delete it, just to show which are the other types. Okay, so now I add a new slide here. What I do is, so this 3 we have seen. Now we will see what is scale. So I click on a scale. So scale, this is how the scale looks. So here if you want to give a rating for something, you can give a rating. So rate the following according to your wish. So I'll give cricket, I give football, and I'll give badminton. Okay, and result whether it should show as a slider or we should show as a spider chart. So anything is there. And if you want to give the label for this, you can give. So starting is strongly disagree, which shows here, and highest is strongly agree. If you want to increase the value, I can increase the value also from 1 to 10 if you want. And if you want to give the mid values, that values also you can give it here. Okay, and if required, you can let the participant to skip single statement. For example, if a participant don't know to play badminton, and if you want him to skip that, it is okay. So if you give this, he'll be able to skip it. So I'll show how it works. So I click on present. So this is how it looks for the user. I'll show only the computer view now. So this is what is for the particular presenter, and this is for the audience. So here for cricket, he likes it very much, he likes it to 10. Football, he likes it to 7. And as I told, badminton, he don't have any idea. So if required, he can skip this. So he click on skip and he submit. So as and when he submits, automatically that point will come here, right? So if multiple people are submitting, according to that, this scale will change. So this is one more question type, so which we have seen now. Okay, the other type is, I click on escape and go back. The other question type is, I'll add one more slide. The next one is ranking. So if you want to rank something, so I give the same questions. So rank according to your like. So I give the food items here. So I give idli, I give sandwich, I give chapati, and I give burger. And if there is any dosa lover, we'll add dosa also to it. I had dosa. Okay, sorry for this, I type. Okay, just do this, add, done. Okay, now I'll present this and we'll see what is coming here. Okay, so this is what it comes for the viewer. So here you can select which is his first option. So first option, he might like a burger, he select on first. Next it will ask to give the second option. So his second choice is now you can see when you go for the second, already the burger has been removed from the options. Okay, second he select sandwich. Okay, and third option he might select chapati, and fourth option he might select dosa, and for fifth he might select idli, right? And he click on submit. So this is how it comes. Okay, so see that the burger, sandwich, chapati, dosa, and idli. So if multiple people are giving answers, depending on their likes, this rank will change. So this is how rank works. Okay, so we will see the next question type. I'll click on add slide. Okay, so it is not allowing me. So what I'll do is, I delete ranking slide from here, I delete the rating slide from here. I just delete it. Okay, I click on add slide. Okay, image choice. So image choice is along with the questions, you can add the image also. So what do you like from this? Okay, so I can give the options, like I give a flower, I give a dog and I will type for burger. Okay, let it be. I think these images are there, so I click on flower here. Next to flower you can see there is something like this for image. I click on that and I go to image library and I check for flower. I just type for flower, so flower comes. So I select any of this flower out of this. So I select this flower. Okay, here also I can increase the size and select. I save this. So flower is done. If the image is not available there, you can download and add it. So I click on dog and I go to image library. I search for dog. Dog should be there here. Okay, dog is there, thankfully. So I click on that and I click on burger. Hopefully burger also should be there. Sorry, I click on this. Sorry, burger. Okay, I was typing somewhere and it was going somewhere. Okay, I search for burger. Burger should be there. Yes, burger is there. Thank you. I click on save. Right, so this is how we can add images. Right, here also if you have any shock, correct answer, something, you can do that. Same thing what we had in the previous one. Okay, and if you want the participant to choose multiple options. Okay, so this also I'll just present and see. So when I present this, so this is how it comes to the normal user. So we select dog from here, so we like dog the most, and I click on submit. So you can see this is how the image works, right? So in the image we have an image plus you get the percentage of how many answers you got. Okay, I click on escape. I go back. Right, I go and add one more slide. Next one is a question answer. So question answer, I can click on question answer and I can give something like ask on anything. And here you can see if you want to add it on all the slides, you can add it on all the slides, or if you want to add it on question answer slide, only that. And allow audience to see each other's question. That also if you want, you can do this. So this question answer, if I present, so this is how it comes. And for the user, you can ask a question. So you can type a question here. I'll just type, okay, how is this option working? Okay, and I just click on submit. So it comes here, right? So if somebody wants to like on that, they like. So if multiple people are there who want to ask the same question, they can just like it there, because you can see that this questions will be displayed for everyone, because I had given an option like let other people see the question. So if multiple people are having the same question, they can put a like here, right? So the presenter will come to know, okay, this has been done. So what he does is he answers the question, and once it is done, I click on marked as answered. So once it is done, that question will go from there, right? So this is a question answer. I go back, I go to add slide, I come down. Next is points. Okay, so advanced. This is also one more type of question. I'll do two more things and I'll just finish it off. I click on 100 points. Okay, so here it is 100 points is a question, so I can give rate the following. So here also what I will do is I'll just give the same option. Which food do you like the most? Sorry, don't think that I am a foodie. I just wanted to show an example, so I am just doing this. You like the most. Okay, I give the options here, so give the same options and we can see how it works. Chapati. So this is one more good option which you'll be able to see how this works now. So I will just show you burger, sandwich, maybe the spelling may be wrong, let it be, and I give dosa. Okay, so once it is done, I click on present. So this is how it comes to the audience. So audience, you can see that totally he has 100 points, so that 100 points you have to divide it to all these things. So what if he is liking burger more, then he can give plus plus plus. If you want to make it minus, you can make it minus also. But you see that when he adds points here, automatically for other one also the points will be deducted, right? So I give 60 points for burger, then sandwich I give some 20 points, I like chapati, so I give some 10 points for chapati, and for dosa and idli I like dosa, so 10 points I'll give for dosa. So now you can see that points left is 0, right? So this is how it is. It goes to a scale of 100. So out of 100 I can give my percentage of likes to each of these things. So I click on submit. So when I click on submit, you can see this is what happened. So this is one more question type which you will be able to get the response from the students. Like we will be able to give a particular topic and we can understand how much percentage they have understood. Okay, so this is one question type. I will add one more question type. So what I will do is I will just remove this question type and I will just remove this slide. I add a new slide. I come down, who will win. So this who will win is one more good thing which you can do it for voting. So I person 2 or person 3. So in class if I want to do a voting, I can do this. So I'm asking who will win. So everybody will be able to answer anonymously. So I just click on present. So this is how it comes. So if multiple people, for just imagine that multiple people are going to answer, so most of the people are selected for person 2. So and you click on submit. So once it is done, we can wait for the multiple people to answer, so you can see how many people have answered or how many people are. So once it is done, I click on show winner. It just shows with a nice effect. It shows which person is the winner. Okay, so this is one more good thing which we can use. So these are the multiple options which we can do it online. So there is one more thing with best practice which I can tell it to you. For example, here as you have seen that the type or the content which is coming here, it is not so well arranged. So if you want to change something out of this, what you can do is you can download your Google slide or your PPT as an image, and that image can be added here as image slide. So that is one more thing you can do. Or else you can integrate a few of this quiz or polls into your Microsoft PowerPoint or Google slides, for which I'll be doing one more video how to integrate this into that. So this is how we can do it. So once if you are done this, you can see that once you are done, you will be able to see this download results or those things. So I click on download result. So when I click on download result, this will come only when we do some download. So it is failed to load some file, some problem persist. Okay, so just go back. I just open this tutorial. I click on sample presentation. I click on download result. Should come. Okay, yes, it was because of some internet issue there. Okay, so you can see that if you want to download it to a spreadsheet or an Excel sheet, you might have to upgrade it. You have to, otherwise you can download it as a PDF. So when you download it as a PDF, the entire slide you'll get it as a, this things you'll get it as a single PDF. Or else you can see that you click on download, you get it as a single image. So this also can be downloaded. But if you want an actual data to come in, then obviously you have to pay for it and you have to get it. So this is what I wanted to discuss about Mentimeter. So you can go back to your presentations, and if you want to add a new presentation, you can add it here, right? So this is how you work on it. So one more thing which I want to show is, when this is a presentation list which you have all these things. So if you want to present right away, you can click here and present it, start presenting, right? I click on escape and go back. If you want to go back to any of this previous folders, you click on this, you go to that previous folder here. I can see if you want to open a Mentimeter is something like it's like a remote. So now we don't have to go in detail to it. So voting links, if you want to share or download all those things, export the result, again it will take you an exporting page. Duplicating the same presentation, you can duplicate it, or deleting the presentation, you can delete it from here. Okay, so this is what I wanted to share with you. This Mentimeter, you can just try it out and see how well it works. You will be amazed with the results, and also the students or the audience will enjoy playing it. It is also good for the student as well as audience engagement. Okay, so if once you are done with all these things, you can click on log out. So you have logged out and you have come to this Mentimeter page. If you want to watch tutorials on a particular tool, kindly comment below. Also, if you want to watch all the videos on multiple tools available, kindly subscribe to my channel. See you in the next video. Thank you.